Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome into the 143. This is episode 126. We're coming at you live. Nick, how are we doing today?
Good. We have another phenomenal episode for you. This one is a very relevant topic. It gets talked about all the time.
All the time.
People fuss, fight, and argue all the time over this one. It is
Not
a
us.
constant debate, but we're here to just settle it, set the record straight, let you know what the right side, what the right answer is. It is, of course, the Michael Jordan versus LeBron James debate.
It's a timeless debate, one that never gets old. Just kidding. It gets old all the time because the thing is we've got these people in our generation, unfortunately, that never saw Michael Jordan play. Obviously, we never saw Michael Jordan play live, but seen the stats, seen the clips, seen the highlights of both LeBron and Michael Jordan. And I continue to watch LeBron get killed by the Nuggets every year in the playoffs. And
in the first round?
Yeah, first round, of course. And I don't know why you would think LeBron's the GOAT. But if y'all may remember, those of you that were with us 2 years ago, we had Bonner Brackeen on and had a great episode about this. But since that episode, there have been new stats for LeBron's side that make people think, obviously, he is the GOAT now. So we're going to get into that. We're going to squash all that. We'll get you started with the stat of the week, brought to you by our sponsor, Andrews Logistics. And it is the biggest reason that people now use or say LeBron is the GOAT. LeBron's NBA career points, 40,474. He is the leading scorer of the NBA of all time. So he passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar last season, or was it this season? Last season, he's passed Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, and he's first in the NBA. So he leads with points. And when he passed Kareem, everybody said that he's the leading scorer of the NBA. But need I remind everybody that he's played for 20, 21 years now? So it's like he's been good. We're going to get into it in a second, but that's your stat of the week, brought to you by Andrews Logistics.
Your player of the week is the actual GOAT, Michael Jeffrey Jordan.
Yes, sir.
Obviously, we're here to sit and defend willingly to the end. Like Joseph said, there's a lot of bums in our generation that want to say that LeBron James is the GOAT. Obviously, our generation is what's wrong with the world. So, I mean, there's no surprise that we're wrong again. But that's where we sit. We're me and Joseph are Jordan enthusiasts. We're taking Jordan over LeBron James. Obviously, I mean, you know what? Joseph brought it up, so let's just go ahead and get right into it.
Yeah, let's go. Let's do this.
Obviously, the overall points is going to be a little bit skewed in favor of LeBron, as to be expected, because he played 7 more seasons than Michael Jordan did. So, of course, he's going to have more points. But then also, couldn't you rationally assume, since that also he would have more championships?
Well, you see, it all depends on, and we talked about this before. It all depends on how do you determine what greatest means, Nick? Here at Under Review, we've always determined great as winning. What does winning mean? Championships, the best in the world. That's what winning is. And who has more? That would be Michael Jordan.
Michael Jordan, and on top of that, he's undefeated in the championship.
100%.
6-0. Okay, there's no debating that.
He's never lost in the finals. Think about that. He when he gets to the finals, he's never lost. You want to know? Okay, so Jordan's won 6 chips. How many has LeBron lost? I'll give you the answer. 6. Okay, so the thing is, LeBron, sure, you know what? He's made it to more finals. Hey, good job, man. 2nd place. That's a real trophy right there. Actually, you don't get a 2nd place trophy. So the thing is, you can make it to as many finals as you want, but if you don't win the last game of the season, nobody cares. Okay?
Nobody cares.
We've used that before. I just think that 6-0 in the finals, that's an undefeated stat. And until LeBron gets 6 chips, which he has 4 right now, I mean, you can't say he's the GOAT.
Also, each side will argue that the
Yeah.
other side had more help.
Yeah,
The
obviously.
Jordan fans will say LeBron had more help. The LeBron fans will say Jordan had more help or whatever. And so, I mean, to be honest, basketball is more about a team sport. So they both had respective
Yeah.
all stars and studs in their time.
And
Both had a little bit of help.
and LeBron's fourth came in the bubble after 2 months of rest, playing in front of zero fans,
Yeah.
and they were
One
just
of those
hooping in a
four is
gym.
a Mickey Mouse ring, as they like to
Yeah,
call it.
exactly.
Okay. Doesn't count.
A big argument that LeBron fans love to make. Our friend Seth Goebel makes this a lot, as well as a LeBron fan, and he won't listen to this, so I'm not worried about him hearing me talking about him. But so they say LeBron plays against more skilled players now. Jordan was playing against plumbers and things like that. I just want to take a second to say, if you watch the clips from Jordan's era, they played defense. Okay, the Pistons talked about it when they played Jordan. They said if he jumps up, knock him down. Like they were like
They wanted to
bodying.
draw blood.
Yeah, and now in the NBA, you can't. I mean, especially with LeBron, you can't touch him. If you touch him, it's a foul. LeBron's going up uncontested on most of his. The people don't play defense like they did before because of the fouls that are called. There's a flopping penalty now. That's because players flop all the time. They played defense back then.
Also, the whole plumber thing, they're making it sound like Michael Jordan played in like the 1950s. Okay,
Yeah,
he played in the late 80s and 90s, and then he did play a little bit in the early
in the
2000s.
2000s. Yeah,
But the 90s was his most dominant era. And so, like, at that point, everyone was skilled at the game.
yeah.
I felt like it was good, solid competition. I mean, it's the NBA, of course. I do hear that a lot. People saying he played with plumbers. I mean, the other thing
First of all, they
too,
weren't plumbers. I don't know, like they were NBA players. I don't know where they got that from. I'll look at that
they like to
literally.
compare dynasties in that era, saying that
Dude, I was about to go there. Yep.
saying that LeBron had to play against the Golden State dynasty. Okay, well, the dynasty of Jordan's era was
Was
Jordan's
Jordan.
Bulls.
Yeah.
Okay. There was no dynasty they had to go up against. They were the dynasty that everyone
Yeah.
knew and feared. And the dynasty in LeBron's time at first was Kobe Bryant's Lakers, and then
Yep.
it became the Steph Curry Golden State Warriors. Jordan was that dynasty.
Yeah. There was no question of who the dynasty was. As we've determined dynasties, 3 chips in 5 years. Jordan basically had 2 of those dynasties because it was the Bulls both times. And one of them was a three-peat, which that's insanely hard to do. And so I was about to bring Steph Curry up as well. You know who's got 4 rings currently playing in the NBA? Actually changed the game. Took the 3-point shot, made it the main shot of the NBA. That's Steph Curry. I think Steph Curry's got about the same argument for GOAT status as LeBron James. That's right. You heard it. Okay. He's got 4 rings. And you know what he did? How many teams did he win those 4 rings with?
Uno.
LeBron has won his rings with 3 teams. Okay. And obviously, one of the rings we call the Mickey Mouse ring. Dare I say it again?
So doesn't even count?
Yeah. I'm just saying, I think Steph Curry unfortunately for LeBron, with Steph Curry tying him in ring counts and him being that influential on the game, leading his team, being the guy on his team, and having the finals MVP, the 2 regular season MVPs. I mean, he's got all the accolades. I think that you can't say LeBron is the GOAT. First of all, because if you're going to say LeBron's the GOAT, people can make an argument for Steph. Because because he's
with what I was going to say, with LeBron playing 7 more seasons, here's something to keep in mind. Jordan has more regular season MVPs more finals MVPs, more all defense awards, more, and then he has 9 more scoring titles than LeBron does. And so that's all with LeBron playing like 7 more seasons than Jordan did. Jordan accumulated way more accolades than LeBron did. I mean, if he played for 30 years, he would have been the leading scorer too.
Jordan dominated. Jordan's a billionaire. Jordan like made basketball popular. When Jordan left, half of the viewers left when he left the NBA. Like, that was the impact that Jordan had on the game. I just think that LeBron, like, and again, when you're comparing GOATs, like, LeBron is one of the greatest players of all time, but he's not the greatest. And you can't, we're not trying to take away from how good LeBron is. LeBron's really good, and he's been dominant in basketball, but he's nowhere near as dominant as Jordan was. And he's nowhere near as influential as Jordan is on the game of basketball. I mean, Jordan, people are wearing the Jordan brand on their jerseys right now. They're wearing Jordan's shoes. Nobody's wearing LeBron's.
No, absolutely not.
It's what Jordan's old trainer said, you know? People don't try to mug a guy for LeBron's.
I mean, absolutely. It's a way bigger brand. The Jordan brand is way bigger than the LeBron brand.
Yeah.
It's way more popular. It's like you said, there's some of the jersey brands of these professional teams are Jordan. So it's like you look down, and whose logo is that right there? That's Michael Jordan. That's not LeBron James.
That's the GOAT.
I mean, hey, they're painting it black and white for you. Okay.
I don't even think it's a debate. I think people just like are so, prisoners of the moment. LeBron's more recent,
Getting to watch all these like recent great things, like him breaking the scoring record and all that stuff, which is impressive, but doesn't do anything for him.
It's more a testament to his longevity and skill than it is like his dominance. Like, he's been really good for 22 years, and that is really impressive. Don't get me wrong. That's really impressive that he's putting up good numbers at this age. But like, Jordan didn't need to play that long because Jordan kind of accomplished what he needed to accomplish.
Mm-hmm. It was like once he knew he was done, and he wasn't. Yeah, it was like once he was done, he was done. Yeah,
he didn't need to play for 22 years. But that's all we got to say on that matter. I'm sure this will get brought up again, and we'll have to defend MJ again. We will, to the death.
Feel free to let us know your thoughts, even if you're in the wrong and a LeBron fan. We'd love to hear it. Love to hear what you have to say.
Exactly.
And then feel free to convert over to the correct side. So,
after hearing our points,
here we'd like to end our shows in under review. I brought you a quote from the Kobe Bryant, and he said, "The most important thing is to try and inspire people so that they can be great in whatever they want to do." And that's the truth.
Ain't that the truth? That's true. We thank you for tuning in this week and hearing some truth on Under Review. We will see you next week, as we always do, with another episode.